Oh, hi there. How's it going? This is Mr. Waterman again, and right now we're on lesson 1.3, Integers and Order of Operations. We're going to be talking about BEDMAS today. So what is an operation? Well, an operation, besides being in the hospital, is when we add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Alright, so that's an operation when we're dealing with math. Now, when we see something like this, 7 plus bracket 6 times 5 squared plus 3, we have to look at it and we have to do it a certain way. Well, what do we do first? If we just went from left to right or right to left, we would get the wrong answer. So, if you ever win a Monopoly at McDonald's, you might have to do this, all right? And we have to do BEDMAS. Well, so what does BEDMAS stand for? And this is going to give us an order of operations, all right? So we have B, E, D, M, A, S, all right? So BEDMAS, we have, the first one is brackets. And this is the order we do equations in, all right? We do exponents next. And if you're not sure what exponents are, they're the little numbers that are up top. And then we've got division, and then multiplication. And finally, adding and subtracting. If I can spell. Alright, now with multiplication and division, they rank equally. Alright, they rank equally. So we do left to right. Now, same with adding and subtraction. They rank equally. And we also do them left to right. So if we see them in an equation, we're going to get some examples here. If we see them, we always do brackets. We always do whatever is in our brackets first. Then we do our exponents. And then we do division or multiplication, whatever comes first, left to right. And then we do adding and subtraction from left to right. Right? So let's try some examples. All right, so we've got 6 times bracket 5 plus 3. Well, we have to follow BEDMAS here, and we're going to do our brackets first, whatever's inside our brackets. And I always do them underneath. So 5 plus 3 is 8, and I bring down what I already have, and I get 6 times 8 equals 48. All right. We can't just go right across because we would get the wrong answer. If we went from left to right and we went 6 times 5, which is 30, and 30 plus 3 is 33, we would get the wrong answer. We need to do BEDMAS. All right. Let's try another one. 5 times 2 squared. All right. So that's our exponent. We don't have any brackets this time, and so we're going to go 2 squared, which is when anything is squared, it just means that we multiply it by itself. So we get 2 times 2 is 4, and we bring down what we already have, and we go 5 times 4 is 20. All right, we have a couple more examples here. Well, we have 30 divided by 5, all in brackets, times 3. Well, we do our brackets first. 30 divided by 5 is 6. And then we multiply by 3, and we get 18. All right, we have just a couple more, and we get 2 times 5 plus 3. All right, very similar to that first one. We do our brackets, we get 8, and we get 2 times 8 is 16. All right, we're almost done here. Now, let's turn the page over, and we're going to do a few harder questions, just a few more harder examples. All right. So what happens if we have fractions? Well, we need to do order of operations. First, we do the top. We put our hand over the bottom, do the top, and then do the bottom, and then divide. All right, so what do we have? We're going to have negative 6 times 10 over 5. All right? So you'll notice that there's no multiplication sign in there. When two numbers are very close like that, covered in brackets, they're going to be multiplied. So we do our top, negative 6 times 10, which is negative 60. And we have over 5. All right? We just brought that number along. All right? Now negative 60 divided by 5. Negative divided by a positive, and we're going to have a negative answer, and we get negative 12. All right, a couple more examples here. What happens? We've got 3 minus 2 times 4 plus 1. Now this is a doozy. All right, we've got to do BEDMAS, so brackets first. So we have 4 plus 1 is 5, and we've got negative 2 or minus 2. Now, what's this saying? Well, this is saying we're multiplying 2 times 5, all right? And we're going to keep our negative sign. So we get 3 minus 10, which is negative 7. All right, let's do one more question. And we get negative 4 plus 7 minus 9. All right, we do our brackets first. 7 minus 9 is negative 2. And now we have negative 4 plus negative 2. We're adding more negative to it, and we're going to get negative 6. Okay, now it's time for the hard one. We've got one more question here before you guys are going to try some on your own. All right? So this is going to be negative 7 minus 2 times, we've got some stuff in brackets here, negative 12 divided by 2, all over 2 minus negative 3. All right, so we're going to do our top first, and we've got to do our brackets. So we're going to get negative 7 minus 2, and we're going to find out what our brackets are. Negative 12 divided by 2 is going to be negative 6. All over 2 minus negative 3. All right, we're going to go over our space a little bit. So we bring this down, and we're going to do this part right here. So now we've got negative 7 minus negative 12 all over 2 minus negative 3. Right? 2 times negative 6 was negative 12. Now, this brings us back to our first lesson. We've got negative 7 minus negative 12. Two negatives make a positive. Notice how we've just done the top. We've only been dealing with the top. So negative 7 plus 12 is going to be 5. And now we can do the bottom. It says 2 minus negative 3. You're taking away negative. So two negatives make a positive, and we get 5 divided by 5, which is just 1. All right? You're going to have two questions to try here. We've got negative 18 divided by negative 3 minus negative 2. There's number 1. And number 2 is 5 minus 3 5 minus 3 times 4 minus 7. Okay, go to it. Have fun.